Hi, this is Raj from MR Sportscars. In this diary of a Porsche Specialist, I'm going to talk about what my handover process is. So with cars like this, they're huge purchases for people. They're probably the second biggest purchase they're ever going to make in their lives, is buying basically a nice sports car. So I want to make the process as straightforward, stress-free as possible. So I have a kind of process that I go through to talk people through their new cars when they come to pick them up. There's a lot of nerves involved when people are buying a car like this. This is a 991, which I actually sold without the chap hasn't even been to see it yet. He's bought it over the phone. He's arranged his finance over the phone with my broker, and he's now ready to pick it up. I'm going to pick him up from the train station in about 20 minutes time. It's a lovely 991 Carrera 4S. It's a Gen 1, so it's a 3.8. It's a non-turbo with the panoramic roof, which I talked about in another one of my Diary of a Porsche Specialist, on how this is a cheaper alternative to buying the Targa. You get a very similar sort of open air experience, albeit for a lot lower price. Now, the first thing I do when the car's sold, it's obviously put away under one of these covers. It's on a trickle charger. It's basically ready to go at any point. Usually the day before someone picks up the car, I give the car a fresh polish, and I also now use a Autoglim ceramic spray, which is sort of a temporary ceramic coating which just protects the paintwork from water, from dirt and everything else. It just makes it look fantastic, and it will keep it looking fantastic and easy to clean for at least the first 3 months of their ownership. So the car's essentially re-prepped, everything's hoovered out again. Let me just open it. So they can have when they turn up, they can have a proper look round, see that it's still the lovely car that they saw online, or if they came to test drive it and have a look at it, it's still the same lovely car and it's all ready to go. It gets freshly hoovered. I've got a scent in there as well, a leather scent. It's not like a noxious perfume, it's just a very subtle sort of new car scent, which I also retreat all the leathers, so they've all been retreated, ready to be sort of enjoyed. So everything is sort of like fresh, clean, and basically as new as it can get. I then, once they're happy with the look of the car and everything else, I then show them all the paperwork, which I'll have laid out. So I'll show them both keys. I'll show them both keys work. So I'll try the other one to show them that that's all working. I'll talk them through all the different manuals. So this one's got from the factory, it would have had this disc, which you can put in your DVD player, and it will basically give you an intro on your car. There's the service book, there's a quick start guide for the PCM, there's the tracker manual, there's the full PCM manual, there's a quick reference guide for the car, and then there's the full driver's manual. So it should have, as a minimum, I would say it should have those 5, but it's nice when it has some other bits like the tracker manual and also this DVD here. Now with the service book, I always talk through the service history. I show them the sticker in the front. I show them the service schedule for their car, so what's due next. Usually these will be in service up to date. Yes, this was serviced June 2021 by Porsche Care. So I'll talk through the service history in here, explaining that the main service is stamped there, and also they need to check that there is brake fluid stamps as well. So that was done June 2021 at the same time. So everything's due in every 2 years. So I would explain that it's June 2023, the next service is due. And also I would explain whether it's a minor or a major. In this case, it's going to be a minor because literally we've done absolutely everything on this car on its 4th service. So that's that bit. So I then put that away. My card is in that area there. Then I show them the file. So this file I put together for all my cars. So it has a sticker on the front. It has a new keeper supplement because obviously it's now sold. Then it has all the stuff you'll see online on my website for any car that's for sale. Over revs, the full service history, and I'll talk through this. The HPI check is all there as well. Then the full MOT history, MOT certificates as far as I've got in the car. Then the warranty paperwork, and then any other invoices. So I'll talk them through all the work that we did and the total cost. Any paintwork that was done will be in there as well. AX Welding are great, by the way, as are Porsche Care. Those are the two guys I use mostly, as well as Letchworth Diamond Wheels, who do my wheels refurbishment. So all of that stuff is traceable. I then have all the warranty paperwork there. So that is all the paperwork. Let me just put this back. So I'll have gone through all of that. Again, there's my card in the front. 2 keys. I provide all my buyers with a brand new keyring. I actually buy them from a Porsche main dealer, Porsche Hatfield, because the ones that you buy online on eBay are 9 times out of 10 fake. So I buy the real ones from Porsche. I think they're about 18 or 20 pounds each, but it just gives that person that sense of feeling, the sense of occasion. Also, I have a USB stick with all the pictures, photos, and my PDF of the service history, over revs, diagnostics. Everything is electronically stored on that USB, as well as in paper format in the file. So if the worst happens and you lose some things, you've still got that as a reference point. Then the next thing to do is to basically talk them around all the controls in the car. I think this is vital, because when you get in one of these cars, if you haven't owned a Porsche before, even if you've owned an older one, the controls are different on every single model pretty much. So you have different foibles. So I talk about, this is how you open the front boot. This is how you open the rear hatch as well. I explain that you can also do that on the key, but you have to hold it down. So then I show them the crucial things, such as where the battery is, which is under there. I show them where the tyre compressor is, because that's in a box there. Then I show them that there's the tyre gel there, should they ever get a puncture. And also where the locking wheel bolt is, and all of the tools. So I show them that that is all clean and ready to go. The screen wash will have been topped up there. All the tyre pressures would have been checked prior to them arriving. Oil level checked as well, with the car heated up, so that you know it's on level. They're not going to have any issues with low oil. And then I talk through all the controls here, all the different features. Even if they've had a viewing with me, I like to go through everything again, because quite often in the excitement they kind of forget, which is understandable, because it is quite an exciting thing to do, is buy one of these cars. I explain that the mileage is what it is, and that's all on the invoices that we give them. This guy is actually going quite a distance tonight on his journey home, so I've given him a full tank of fuel. Normally I at least give sort of a third to a half a tank, because I don't want someone sort of picking up from me and then fumbling to find a petrol station, and also sort of panicking where's the fuel cap. So that's another thing I explained, is exactly where the fuel cap is. On all of the cars that I sell, 911s, Boxers and Caymans, it's on this front wheel arch, and once you've unlocked it, you can just push it like that. I always explain that you should always use super unleaded, and that's even more important now that we've moved to E10 regular fuel. The super unleaded still is E5. I believe there's some SO, I think, that their super unleaded is E0, even though it's labelled as E5. That's just a regulatory issue that they have with showing that it has the E5, it's actually E0. So that's another thing to bear in mind, is always use super unleaded. I then talk about the different functions. So with this car, the computer is controlled on the dashboard, is controlled with this stick here. So I run through what you can have there, how to set it, how to reset different bits. And then on here, I show them how to get the map going, and if they want to use the sat nav, then I'll program in their address for them, and I'll also set up their phone. So I will find their phone with them, connect it up so that they know that they're all connected. So I'll also delete all the other phones that were on here previously. So that will all have been reset, ready to go. I explain all the different functions, and I've got CDs actually in the unit, so I actually show them that the CD player and everything works as it should. And then I talk through the different buttons here. So this one has Sport, PASM. I tell them not to turn the traction control off, ideally. Start, stop there. Switchable sports exhaust, and then the rear spoiler. And then with this one, it's got the panoramic roof. So I talk about these controls here. How to use the PDK gearbox. It works in full auto, semi-automatic or manual mode. So I go through those, and also using the paddles. And also if it's got cruise control, how that's used. I show them where the cup holders are, because that's quite an important part for some people, their morning coffee, having that. I show them that the air conditioning blows ice cold, so I turn it up, put it on the pointing at the through these, and then I turn the temperature right down, just to demonstrate that it is absolutely ice cold when the car's running. It's colder when the car's running, because obviously the air conditioning compressor is working as it should be. I talk about battery maintenance as well. So using a trickle charger if you're not going to use the car for more than a week, especially over winter, where you have things like the heated seats on, you have the headlights on, you have the stereo going, you have the heating on. All of that stuff drains the battery, and over winter especially, if you're doing short journeys, it will quickly go flat. So you need to run the car on a trickle charger wherever possible, ideally. It also lengthens the life of the battery from 2 to 3 years, maybe to possibly 6-7 years. So that's another thing to bear in mind. Talk about where the different power outlets are for things like your phone, and also your if you've got a third-party navigation system. And then basically it's just sort of ask them if there's anything else they want to know, reassuring them that if they have any questions, even on the drive home, they can call me, they can WhatsApp me, they can email me or message me, however they want to contact me. I'm there for them to just answer any questions, no matter how silly they are. I've had some really funny questions where I've literally told people how to do things when they've picked the car up, but in the excitement they've forgotten, and it's completely understandable. And then usually I wave them off. They get home, they send me a message, and they're absolutely buzzing from the drive home, and yeah, absolutely thrilled. And that's the way I want every customer to leave me, is basically be really happy with their car and really happy with the service I've provided when selling them their sort of dream Porsche. So that's all I was going to talk about in this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Feel free to like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.